Right, in this section I'm just showing all of my artwork development, which is mainly for my label, and then there's stuff that I'll be doing for the House of Strings project as well, and some Cat9 stuff and some whatever other bits and bobs come out. Yeah, and that's all. Find all that stuff here. Cool. Also, as a part of one of the Mike Monday courses that I was doing a little while ago, he got us into thinking about how we know when a piece of work is finished, and he got us to come up with our own ideas. And one that I was doing when I was doing this artwork stuff was to just do one piece a day, and whenever I was working on it, I might do a little bit throughout the day depending on what mood I'm in, and then walk away from it and go and do another bit and then come back. And then my choice to say when it's finished was when I rip the page out of the book at the end of the night, and then whether I think it's done or not, well, that's done. So for the most part of it, I did a lot of these pictures really quickly. There's a lot of them I smashed out in about half an hour, to be honest. And just throwing down ideas really, and not really thinking much about it, not overthinking it too much, you know. And so I think that's probably how I'll work most of the time, or at least try to just kind of do stuff really quickly. I find that that's just a good way of doing it for me. Yeah, so for that reason, I'll be doing time lapses of me drawing these pictures. So, you know, I'll set up the camera, and then, you know, you can kind of see it fast forwarding and turning into the picture. And just kind of do it in one go, because I do all these pictures in just like one take, really. So, and then just, even if I make mistakes, I still keep it there. Because it's funny, because sometimes I find that the mistakes make the piece. Sometimes more often than not, I'll go, oh God, that's completely messed up, and then I'll walk away from it, and then come back and go, actually, oh no, I quite like that. So that's another thing. Cool. All right, so why did I choose to do this, and how did it come about? Well, it's a bit of a blur actually. When I was trying to remember how it kind of come about, but one of the two main things I remember was having a Skype call with my friend Ben, who has been doing all the Cat9 artwork and stuff. He's my digital man back in the UK, and I was trying to describe to him an image in my head, drawing on a whiteboard with a marker pen, and it was just all of these incoherent lines, and I didn't know what I was saying, and I just couldn't get the idea out to him, and he was like, "Man, come on, you got to do better than this," you know, because obviously he's not a magician, he can't just see what's in my head, and I didn't know what this style was that I'd been thinking about for so long, for years actually, and and the other thing I remember was when I was thinking of ideas for this tattoo that I've been wanting to get from myself for years now actually, and I've never been able to decide on something because I've never been quite happy with the stuff that I've seen, and then when I'm like trying to convey the idea to someone again, it just comes out in this incoherent, what the hell am I talking about sort of stuff, and then I think that's how I come across this geometric stuff. And when I see it, I was like, "Oh my God, this is the image that I've had in my mind for so long." And and then I just started drawing, and then that's it really. That's how I kind of just came across it, and that was only really very recently. And I haven't drawn anything in 15 years. Literally, it's not since school, not since I used to just sit and doodle stuff, and since figuring this out, I've been studying Euclidean geometry, which is just for a bit of fun really. You know, I just find this a lot of fun doing this stuff. I mean, when I started doing these pictures, I found that I was going to my mates and there's a couple of like my producer friends, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, that's cool, man. You could, you could like code that out and stuff, and I can do that because I've done that stuff before." And well, I just really don't want to. And I mean, I spend so long staring at this computer that I've just been so happy to just close that and then get a piece of paper, and literally all I've got is just a pencil, a pen, an All Blacks ruler, and like a compass, and it's just fun, and I like just getting some rubbish piece of paper and just drawing a nice picture and taking a photograph of it, and then keeping all of the imperfections, which is in the piece, and that's just what I find that makes it beautiful. And sometimes there's little like rubs or stains or something that I've accidentally made on it, but it's like that's what makes the piece. Sometimes I'm even like, oh damn it, I've messed it up. But then, like I said before, again, sometimes I think I've made a mistake, but then I walk away and then come back at it and go, oh, yeah, I really like that now, because it's those kinds of mistakes and imperfections that you wouldn't get if you were to do it digitally, and I think that idea is fundamental. It's a fundamental thing that I am always thinking about in my music productions, because it's funny how the way that I'm doing the artwork is actually completely opposite to the way that I do my music. In a way that when I started doing music production, everything mainly was digital that we were using. We were using a lot of digital programs, sequencing stuff digitally. It was all computer-based music, and I struggled for years to get these sounds that I wanted to get, because they were more analog, simply, and I have almost been learning in reverse. I'm always going back to and researching analog techniques and trying to figure out digital ways of emulating analog technologies. And this is like the opposite, the artwork stuff. So that's I like this kind of analog thing going on, and there's these two worlds that are kind of collide and combine together, and they work together. And the way that I'm using it for my label is I'll be drawing lots of parallels between the music and the ideas that Euclid's talking about in these propositions, and then these things. That book's just a gold mine for ideas and concepts. Yeah, it's fantastic. So lots to come out of there. So fun and games, all good. That's it. Just hope you enjoy looking at this stuff, and great. That's it. All right, lovely. Cheers.